Hey YouTube, do a little video for Chewman69. He's asked me about leak on he did brakes on his truck here lately. He's got a same series, around the same series or year that mine is. He's got a 3/4 ton with a 6.0 gas motor in it. And so he's got a leak from his rear end. He said it's out here at the end. He was doing brakes on it, and most likely, Matt, there's a gasket right here. If it's wet out here, then it's a super simple gasket to change. You just got to take out all these bolts all the way around, and you'll pull the whole axle out. It'll come right out of there. And there's a gasket you buy for the hub here. It's like $7 or $8 or something like that at GM, or you can get it at any parts store probably. And just put a couple little spots of silicone on there, just to tack it on there, so it'll sit on there, and then run the axle right back through it again. And you'll have to kind of fish for the hole in the differential for the splines to line back up, and then just push it in solid and put your bolts back in. And you'll have to look up torque specs for a 3/4 ton axle, and it'll let you know how tight to get those bolts. If I can remember before I upload the video, I'll try to chase down those torque settings. On the other hand, if you're leaking from back behind here, and it's dripping out from behind the brake and the brake dust cover, then your hub's leaking, and you're gonna have to pull the axle. There's a special tool you got to get to take the big locking nut off of there, and then this whole hub assembly will come off. You got to take the brakes off again, and there will be a seal back there you have to replace. That's a job, and you got to buy a special tool. But most likely it's this one out here on the end. And you were wondering fill hole and drain plug and stuff like that. Well, this is an 11.5-inch Spicer rear end for the diesel. That's the only way you can get this. But I think there's a 10.5-inch rear end, or a 10-inch rear end, that you can get for the gas motor, or this one. So I don't exactly know how you're going to be able to tell the difference. Usually it's a code on the inside of the glove box tells you. That's how GM does it. There's a 3-digit or 3-letter and digit code in the glove box, and I don't know which one it is. You just have to copy them all down probably. But actually, Steve should be able to give you a hand with that, since he's working at the dealership there. He can probably punch in your VIN and tell you exactly what's in there. But anyways, if yours is set up like mine, obviously that's your fill hole, and you were wondering how to drain it. Well, there's your drain right there, and all you need is a 3/4 inch ratchet to stick in that hole to loosen that plug. And make sure you put some sealer around that to put it back in there so it stays sealed. Apparently mine's leaking here a little bit. Need to address that. But pulling the transfer case, no drive shaft, the front or the back. I'm going to pull that transfer case out. There's a problem with these where if you're hard on the acceleration, there's something that goes bad inside the transfer case, and it lets the pump drop back, and it rubs a hole in the transfer case. I'm going to do a video on that when we do the repair on this. But otherwise, the truck's in here so I can get the motor pulled. I got a beefed up hot rod motor I'm building for it, and shop's a mess right now. Next week buddy I met on the diesel website. He's driving up here from Springfield, and we're going to pull a cab off of his truck to do the head gaskets on it. He says it's easier. I've never done one. Sounds pretty interesting. Hopefully I'll get a lot of video on that, guys. So, other than that, got a whole bunch of Duramax parts over there stacking up. Shop's just a wreck. Alright, YouTube. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.